darkness.
Hello.
Let's get killed by...
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh my goodness, it's good.
Does anybody know what day it is today?
I think it's every other Friday.
Every other Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday.
Look at this
True.
wonderful cast of
Everybody.
people. Oh, I've missed all their faces, and this is gonna be like the calmest, most like chill episode we've ever had. It's gonna be so good because nothing crazy happened last time. But let's go ahead and kick this off. Hello, friends. It is every other Friday, and welcome to GutPunchRP, a stream channel focused on RPGs, largely of the tabletop varieties, diverse storytelling, and charity. If you don't already know, we are sponsored by Dungeons Gate, a local Midwestern game shop. You can type !Dungeons Gate to check out their website, and be sure to use the code GutPunchRP for 10% off anything that is not already discounted. They've got lots of really cool stuff, so definitely go check them out. If you want to support us in non-monetary ways, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Liking our videos, retweeting our live tweets really does help the channel. And there might be some more fun things coming in the future, so you may want to keep those eyes on those socials. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. You have joined us for episode 38 of Darkness Rising, a Homebrew Fantasy 5e campaign. We do play every other Friday, and I do believe we are heading towards endgame time here. So we've got some pretty crazy things going. And like I said, this is not a pretty stressful episode, so my recap is short. But without further ado, let's get into it. Last time on Darkness Rising, the party found themselves in an ancient ghost town that, after a little exploration, very quickly turned into a courtroom? With Kira's sister, Eleni, on trial? The party worked hard and succeeded in their convincing of Cathan, the Black Dragon, to free Eleni and relieve to them his orb of power. As they left with Cathan's blessing, they found Loren waited for them on the other side, his maw dripping with blood from more of the Guardians who tried to stop him from interfering in Cathan's lair. Tired of the party's interference in his plans, he's here to stop them once and for all. Will the party be able to escape the fight and live another day? Or is this the end for our intrepid hero? We join them now as they stand on a strangely circular island that has a inner pool as well as the outer ring, almost eerily like an eye, like it's a motif or something, with Loren circling above them. What do you all do? He is getting closer.
Well, this is fucked. I just take my swords out.
Same. Yeah. Drawing sword and shield, just kind of.
River's immediately
Getting
reaching into
ready.
her bag, searching for.
A frosty mist begins to emanate from his bloody maw.
Take cover!
Spread out!
Take a nice height! Don't move too far!
Ah! Okay!
What's the
Okay.
timeline?
Yeah, can we do something? Like, can we act?
Yeah.
He's just circling right
He's
now.
just circling?
Getting closer. Yep,
Go
you
River,
have.
go! Go River,
Oh,
go!
okay, so
River.
yeah, River's
Go
gonna,
River, go!
use the scroll of teleport.
Okay, where'd he go?
Alright, she's gonna, immediately turn to Lily. It's like, I can get all of us out of here. Right now. Where?
Let's go to the Crimson Iris. It's the safest place I can think of.
Alright, awesome. She's gonna, wrap Lily in a hug and, grasp onto her necklace, which is from the Crimson Iris, and is going to pull out the telescope and make sure she has eyes on everyone and cast the spell subtly.
Oh, I can't even counter. The power crackles around as you all begin to, the power begins to crackle around you as the spell begins to envelop you. Just as Loren rears his head back, ice crystals forming in his mouth, ready to project down, and the world goes dark. for the barest of split seconds. You all land on a grassy a grassy courtyard surrounded by students, or not students, that's her thing. Surrounded by a whole plethora of people who kind of just like jump back, and most of them draw a weapon. What do you do?
I'll step forward and say, "It's fine. It's fine. I'm a Iris."
Lady Liliana. A small Genasi steps forward. Earth Genasi.
Do I recognize? Is this one of the like younger members?
Yes. As you looking at them over, you notice that they are in awakened. They are just in that first level of training.
I will say, well, it's been a bit since I've seen you. You look good.
Thanks. I've been practicing. Are you here about the recall?
Recall?
And as you are chatting, a lot of the other Crimson Iris members sheathe their weapons and begin to disperse, knowing that there's no longer a threat. And the small Earth Genasi looks up at you and says, "Yeah, Danella, excuse me, the Eye called everyone back, or Sentinel, excuse me, Sentinel called everyone back, saying that there was something brewing in the west, and it was too dangerous for us all to be out there. Are you guys okay?"
A bit tired. I'm sorry, I'm being rude. These are my traveling compatriots.
And the little Earth Genasi just kind of like looks over at you all and just kind of like waves, dagger still in hand, just like, "Hi." Yeah, you all look a little beat up. Do you know what's going on?
I will leave any explanation to the Sentinel. But
She's not telling us anything.
well, then it doesn't sound like you should be learning anything, least of all from me.
No. The little Earth Genasi kind of like stomps their feet, pouts, and a very airy voice kind of steps in, and a tall, slender, feminine presenting figure steps forward. They have very gray skin. Their eyes are black scleras with very pale irises. Their white hair falls down around them. You recognize this changeling as Hala, of the same level as you are.
I'm glad you're still alive.
As are you. We were beginning to worry.
Yes, I've been a bit distracted. I'm sure you remember River. These are a few other friends that I've made.
Hala kind of looks around, glances at the small Genasi, who is doing that kid thing where they're like lingering because they know they're not supposed to be there. They meet Hala's eyes and kind of like squeak and run off. And they say, "Let us move to somewhere more private. Perhaps we can find you accommodations. I do believe we are preparing for war."
Yes, I believe we are.
Well, I am sorry that you and your companions are caught in the midst of this. Please, and they will turn and head towards the central building of this almost university, like kind of like that feel where it's like a bunch of smaller buildings with one big center building, leading you towards that center building.
Keeping an eye on the sky, there hasn't been like any changes or flashes of dragons using portals.
Roll me a
No.
perception, actually an investigation or perception, whichever one's higher, but one of those two.
How do you play this game? Okay, there it is. That's the one.
Honest mood.
Yeah.
I guess it's that one. Ugh. Ooh, a 19.
All right. When you left, you were way farther south. You were in at Morinshire, which is in Olathe, which is very forested, towards the center of the equator of this very small little planet. The sky was blue, cloudy, a little towards the stormy side. You look up to the sky and you notice arcs of what looks to be lightning, but it's in various colors. So you know lightning to be either sometimes bluish white to more white yellow. Was that a arc of your blue? Was that a green? Red? What? That's not normal.
I would not have really put my swords away because I would be thinking about it, but I would like sort of tap Quinn on like the side with one of them and just sort of point up at the sky. That doesn't look super great.
Do I get a vibe that it's magical in nature?
There's a lot of magic around you in this general area, just from this being like, and you would know this because Lily has explained it before. Most powerful artifacts that are deemed too dangerous for the world are sent here for safekeeping. And a lot of the students here are magic. There is an overarching arcane that sits wrong, not quite natural.
Things are very off here.
Excellent. Just sort of like resignedly like stow my swords and like sigh heavily as I follow after everyone else.
Kala leads you onwards. There is the sense of tension all around you. These inhabitants know something is wrong. Never before has their order been withdrawn from the world. They have always been out there hunting down things that could upset the balance, to finding these lost artifacts or items of extreme magical power that could potentially cause an upset. And they're all here. River, you remember the last time you were here. The place was busy, but this is crowded. There are more younger running around, as well as far more older, more experienced Crimson Irises walking around here, all in varying roles and levels. Hala opens the main hall, where you can hear frantic voices asking questions of their elders and being told to hush and just return to their dorms. Everything will be explained as soon as we know more, and trying to placate the young who are scared. Hala leads you upstairs and sort of back. Liliana, you know that she's leading you towards the guest rooms. Rooms of honor of people who aren't going to be staying very long, so they don't want to house them in the dorms. But
Right. As we walk, I will ask Hala, so as far as the mass recall goes, how many eyes have made their way back? Is Telkir, Bathor?
I have not heard from Telkir. Bathor arrived just yesterday. Errol has been here for a while. I'm concerned about Danella. She's locked herself into her tower and not into her office. And and all we hear from her are notes of concern. The sickness has only worsened since you left.
Right. Well, we will see what we can do, I suppose.
Yes. They turn a corner and they open a door to a very large suite. One of those like family style. They've got like a central common room and then like bedrooms, kind of like an apartment. And they say, "Please rest here. I will inform the Sentinel of your return. If you need anything, please do not hesitate to ask. We are all on alert these days." And they will bow their head, wait a moment to see if anybody needs anything.
It is good to see you again, Hala.
As you, I am glad you are untouched by the world. Though I'm pretty sure last time you were here, your flames were blue, not teal.
A story for another time.
Of course. They will look around at the rest of you if you need anything. Yes.
Is it like normal going to bed time?
No, it's like afternoon. But
Oh.
they can see you guys are correct.
In need of a rest.
Maybe we could take an hour. Oh, sorry. Maybe we could
Sure.
take like a little bit of time. Maybe some food and drink.
Of course. I
Could
will,
be
I will send someone up with that right away.
maybe some bandages as well.
I will.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah. Personally, at least.
I will
We
see what-
teleported with Kira's sister too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Eleni's here
Eleni-
too.
Yes. You are all together. Eleni's just kind of like, never been here before. Whoa.
I feel like Kira has a very similar look on her face, and it's like kind of uncanny.
I was like looking
yeah,
at them. You're
yeah,
like, you've got
yeah.
just like someone took like the little corner on Kira's picture and like just dragged it a little bit.
Just
For
like
Eleni, just
enlarged it just a
lightly.
little.
Yeah, because they're very similar in height and stature. Eleni is just a touch larger and broader, but obviously lacking in the brains department. It's fine. We love her anyway.
I mean, says Kira. Let's be real here.
Hala nods, and I will go see what Madame Eleonora has on route.
And apologize to her on behalf of the inconvenience.
In these days, helping those who are dear to us is not an inconvenience. Ella will nod again and turn to leave, leaving you alone in your room.
It was not this busy last time, Lily. Have you ever seen it this busy?
I've seen it this busy before, but not often. There was a rare festival that we had a few years ago that a lot of people stopped back for. Telkir was not one of them. He tends to be a sort of lone, prefers to work by himself, so it's unsurprising. I was just curious if he had made it back. Who knows where he's at.
Well, hopefully they're okay.
Fingers crossed.
How's everyone? Anyone need any healing? Bandages?
I mean, a little bit of time to kind of rest up and bandage up would do a lot, but I mean, if anyone is in serious need of help, I do have a little bit of healing left in me.
We should keep kind of just taps Kira on the shoulder and like, just in case, we should probably keep
Yeah.
things in reserve if we can.
Yeah.
Hopefully after this we can talk to this superior that lady, person?
I mean, her technical title is the Sentinel, but Superior's
Oh, the-
not particularly wrong, to be honest, so.
Alright. Well, if we get that done, maybe we can go to the problem in the morning. Are we doing?
We're a little bit further north. Not
Just a little.
Yeah, just
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Those who don't know.
Yeah, where exactly are we?
well.
Where are we?
In Eridor, correct?
Yes. So I will put you over to the world map.
Yeah.
It is circled.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's about
Ah,
as
yes.
north, almost
Pretty
as
much,
north
it's-
as it goes.
Cool,
Oh wait, let me get on the right layer and I'll ping it. You guys are about
Okay.
Yeah, it
kind of
seems
somewhere
fine.
in this
Oh,
forest.
okay.
Okay.
And there's just like a lightning storm up above us.
That's
Yeah,
is
it's a-
new.
Yeah, where
Oh,
did we
that's
see that?
new. Yeah, and is it going to a central point or originating from a central point, or is
Mhm,
it a
mhm,
random storm?
You rolled a 19, right?
I did.
Looking at it, all the lightning bolts are headed in the same direction. Like, uncannily so. You do have a balcony.
I'm gonna go out on the balcony in my metal armor during a lightning storm.
I
was
love that
gonna
idea.
go until you said that.
What's your dexterity?
You know-
Just-
You know what? Out of curiosity, I think Kira would go out with her actually. Also, out of curiosity to see what else is going on. Also, in her
your
metal armor.
I see
Perfect.
these
Oh,
two
Lord.
metal-clad people
Dex
and
save. No, I'm kidding.
change my mind on walking out there.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's like I'm trying to just see kind of if it's going just in a direction. Does it look like it's terminating a point? Like whatever I can see about this magical.
It doesn't look like it. You can't tell where it's originating from, but all the lightning bolts are kind of like arcing and jagged, like doing their lightning bolt thing in the same direction. All of them, and it's like a crack, 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 crack. Pause. Crack, 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 crack. Kind of thing. So like the thunder kind of all rumbles together. And it goes off every 5 minutes or so.
Just to clarify, all of them are originating in different spots but are ending in the same location, or vice versa.
They're just kind of like, they just look like streaks across the sky right
Okay.
now. Like, they're all like, you know how lightning, it comes from the ground and goes up into the sky and then branches out? This looks like it's coming from one direction of the sky and going to the other.
Okay.
So you look up and it's going from where you are southwest. In a southwesterly direction.
So do we go to the where it ends or where it begins? I mean, that would be my guess if we're talking magic stuff.
Sure. I'd love to try and get a hold of the Sentinel to see what I'm sure they've been observing that to some degree, see if there are any conclusions that they've drawn.
Yeah. We were in a different. Correct me. I'll kind of like look into Quinn. Like, we were in a different kind of plane sort of situation for some of that, weren't we?
Yes.
Do we know what day it is?
And that's why I was like, as soon as you asked that, like I'll be getting up to be like the first person I can see.
Oh man, I have to remember my calendar.
Which is 10 years ago.
Oh.
Right, yeah.
In 84 years.
They kind of like look at you weird, and then say it's the solstice eve. So it is the last night before the quote unquote winter solstice, and 2 weeks before the end of the year. I will find the full.
When
when was it?
Yeah.
When we,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
Does the time line up?
It's been about 2 months. You guys were in like the September time. Now you're in December.
Cool.
Yeah,
we
Great.
we
Cool,
entirely
cool,
missed
cool,
pumpkin
cool,
spice season.
Good.
Damn it!
Good. I will say this.
Quinn, please. Pumpkin
Um,
spice season never ends.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
No. It is
Yeah.
definitely peppermint mocha season.
But the harvest festival and all of that stuff. No.
I'm sorry.
That's the
we
best time of
missed
year.
that. DM,
Yes.
looking at this lightning, like
Yes.
specifically, if I like focus in on it, what do I pick up about it?
Are you just like general look at it, or are you looking for something specific in the lightning?
I would say I was thinking more along the lines of if it's magical in nature, but I would also be kind of looking if there's more, knowing that like with magic there are elements and there are these different elements and lightning is an element in and of itself. Does it also have a different element kind of entwined with it?
Give me an Arcana check at advantage.
$22.
Yes. Each one of these arcs of lightning are lightning plus another element. Red is with fire. The white one has ice. The blue one has acid. They are. You get the feeling that this is not, aside from it being different colors, definitely not normal. And there's kind of a flavor to the air. Like, you know how it smells before it's gonna rain? There's like an acrid sort of scent to the air that you get as you kind of reach out your magical instincts to tap into these arcs of lightning. And it's almost cindery on your mouth. Very,
Brimstone-y?
yeah, very familiar. In a way.
Mm.
Great. Fantastic.
Cool.
I would like to summon to the room really quickly in this like hour of downtime.
Yes.
Can I call for Ren and Hawk to
Yeah.
come to the room?
It takes some time within that hour. They do come over. And it's a very excited knock on the door. Like a
And
until the door opens.
yes, I will open it quickly so as to disturb everyone as little as possible.
And standing before you is Ren, a very short, excitable human. She's got her hair in a cropped bob, short in the back, long in the front. Her eyes are blue and brown, dressed in her livery, her uniform as it was. And beside her is a very tall, lanky, tabaxi man with fur that splits down the middle of his face, black and sort of like a like almost calico-esque sort of patterning, and they both immediately hug you.
Okay, yes, hello.
You've been so
You're-
gone. You've been gone for so long. You didn't even say
Yes.
hi last time you were here.
Well, I know I was in a bit of a rush. If you're So excited to see me. That must mean that you've finished the homework I gave you last time I was here?
They both
Hmm.
exchanged looks.
Right, right.
Homework?
Well,
No, yeah, we totally finished.
luckily for you, I have more.
Oh,
And I'll take
okay.
out one of the little notebooks that I've been detailing specifically the type of monsters that we hunt anytime we've come across them. So like the
Yeah.
werewolves at the beginning, then the vampires and the ghasts and etc. And I will hand it to them and I'll say, catalog all of them and make sure they end up in the right place in the library.
Hawk kind of like, oh, what? Oh, I got it. Someone. Yeah,
No, no,
you
no,
need my
no.
help.
No, no, no. You take this and you make sure that you both actually finish them.
And then they kind of like a little more grumpily head off. Ren does turn around and she kind of is just like, "We're glad to see you back," and then follows after Hawk. Hawk chase out. Within this time, some of the other younger students deliver food, but Hala has not returned yet with news from Madame Eleonora.
Well, if any of you are in need of any supplies or anything, we can always check the stores. There's no guarantee that they'll be full of things, as people are very in and out, but we can at least check. You're welcome to anything you may need.
Anything.
Just about. I don't suppose you've suddenly taken an interest in Hemocraft, have you?
No, but I figured a place that keeps things of the arcane might have a grimoire or two that might be of interest to me.
Then I would suggest you try very hard to get on Danella's good side.
I've been told I can be bristly, so I don't. Maybe I'll
You?
just stay quiet.
Sorry, I was not expecting that description. That description at all.
I am a bit worried. The Sentinel has never issued a decree for a full recall, and then to lock herself in her office.
Does that whole situation sound familiar to anyone else?
Yes.
Does.
Oh no. Well, if we're not invited in, I know what the inside of the office looks like. We don't necessarily need the door.
That is quite fair, because I was thinking that I wouldn't be able to phase through the door because most important rooms are protected against ghosts that try and phase through things, if you can believe it. But that is, once again, you have an elegant solution. But perhaps knock first, just to see.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be too odd. You know, if we've been here before. I've been here as a guest before, requested. You're here, of course, and, you know, we want to pay our respects to, you know, showing up on their doorstep unexpectedly, looking for aid and...
We also might have useful information, so there's that too.
Yes, of course.
If any of you, when you're going across places, if you run into a high elven man that looks to be on the lower side of just under 200, that is Telkir. He is also an alchemist. I'm wondering if there's anything in particular he's learned, if perhaps I can give him the samples I have of or had. Give him my alchemical notes to see if we can do anything about the sickness, is why I would like to speak to him so deeply. So, if you spot him out, he probably won't respond to anything you say to him, but just find me, and I will talk to him.
Was Talkir here last time? Did River meet him?
I don't believe he would have been. Yeah, no. Telkir's never here. That bastard. He does important things.
As you all settle down with your food and wine, there's a... I don't know if you could hear it, but I knocked.
Okay, I thought you were rolling something.
Yeah, I did too.
No,
Ominous
Dexterity
rolling in the
saving
background.
throws.
not
Everybody roll a dex save.
Oh god.
No, that's only if you stay outside on the balcony in middle armor.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just sitting in the doorway with like a charcuterie platter eating.
Yeah, the best way to enjoy a thunderstorm.
Mhm.
But I will open the door and see who it is.
Hala has returned, and they have a small bag of things.
Any word?
Uh,
Anything different? Weird?
no, the Sentinel has requested to see you in her office as soon as possible.
Well, no time like the present.
Of course.
And-
these I managed to procure from Madame Eleonora, and I'll put the bag down.
When
And
they said that the Sentinel we'll see at the earliest convenience, was there anything odd in their face? Like they were nervous or...
roll me an insight check.
Come on, River. You can do it, girl.
Come on, River.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Nice.
They did appear to be more on edge than the
Okay.
last time they were here. There's like a slight, like, crease of worry at their eyes, but they are working real hard to keep as calm as possible.
Okay.
Was that invitation just for... That was just for Liliana, or was it for all of us?
No, the Sentinel wishes to speak to all of you, and her eyes kind of travel over you and linger on River, Gwen, Jade. And then she says, they say, pardon, excuse me, I must go tend to the Enlightened.
I cast
And-
detect thoughts.
Yes.
That's just the surface thoughts, correct?
Yeah, unless I choose to make them.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You get a buzz. Almost like your magic seems to be blocked by something.
Checking, like, knowing that there are medallions and things that can block these sort of things. Just cursory, well, I guess technically investigating for that.
Yes, they do have a pendant. That pretty sure that was there before. They are wearing a pendant over top of their leathers.
Is there is it generic like ones I've seen in the past, or is there any kind of marking that is familiar to us?
Only an investigation check.
You love to.
Let's go,
Bork,
wizard.
bork, bork. 21.
Yeah. You know the mark that is emblazoned upon
Is it the
this.
cult?
It is absolutely a crescent with 2 slashes at the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Damn it.
there's something else there. It kind of looks like 2 upside down triangles, like meeting at the middle. Kind of centered in the middle of the crescent.
I okay. Oh, 1 second. I have a request, if possible, for the kitchen. Apologies. I have a sophisticated palate, and I would love it's some blood pudding. Are you familiar with that, or could
I could see if our
well, I have like specific food
Dietary?
allergens. Yes, dietary restrictions. And I scrawl on, like, I take out a piece of paper and I scrawl it on there. And then taking a chance,
Do it. Do it.
I scrawl on the paper, if you basically, if you're in danger, look me in the eyes and blink twice.
Okay. And you hand that to them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They read it. Pause. Look you in the eyes.
Oh, we're good.
Don't blink. They pointedly look at you and don't blink. But they look back down at the note and then back at you again. Pointedly. I will be sure to pass this along to the kitchen if there's nothing else I can do for you.
No, I think that's it. Thank you.
Of course, don't forget the Sentinel needs to see all of you in her office.
Who's she looking at? Who is she looking at when she says all?
Yeah.
All like kind of glances at all
Okay.
of you.
Okay, so there's not like
It wasn't
a,
like pointed stares like before.
or like a linger. Okay.
But what face was she making when she stared at the three of us? Like when she is pointedly looking at the three of us, what kind of face
Yeah,
was she making?
yeah.
I mean, they're very, very in control of their expressions, and very in control of like just themselves. And it was more of like a lingering glance, where like doing that like slight head nod of acknowledgement in a way, but without like being like, yes, you, and you. Just kind of like very slight. You have nothing else for them, they will leave.
Okay.
So I will immediately tell the group, we are in danger.
Damn.
Was very on edge there. Seems very
Yeah,
nervous mentioning
that
the
didn't
Sentinel
feel
wants to see
good.
us.
Why was she only looking at the three of us?
Yeah, what was that?
What was that?
Are we in the kind of danger where we need to like
Like get the
climb
fuck
out
out?
a window right now?
I'm already halfway up the balcony.
Yeah, that's not the worst
Jay,
What
idea.
is Illity doing, by the way,
Why?
also, with this talk of,
Illity
like, are we in
is
danger? Like,
very
what is
much-
she doing?
She's kind of hanging back. She knows that she fucked up royally the last time you were all.
Yes,
like,
she did.
So she's kind of like hanging back, and at the mention of danger, she does reach for her great axe, just to have that out and ready. She's
Mhm.
trying to be super casual about it, but it's definitely got that like fighter instincts, like,
Mhm.
oh, throw me at him, let's go,
Okay,
I'm ready.
alright,
kind
okay,
of-
cool.
kind of thing.
What's
Alright.
in the
we can work with
bag?
that.
You open the
What's in the
bag,
bag?
you find 5 superior healing potions,
Oh.
2 greater, and a singular key.
Does the key look familiar?
Roll me a history check.
Is there also a strawberry cheese Danish? Because Madame Eleonora knows that I love those.
That came on a separate plate from the kitchen.
Interesting.
12.
Yeah, not in the bag.
Yeah, no.
That would
Gotta
get destroyed
preserve
in
the
the bag
pastry.
of
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
you
know
said
what's
you had a
happening. I'm on the
12?
patio or
Right.
balcony.
Yes.
You have not seen this key.
As Liliana.
Liliana looking at it.
Sure. I love this.
You don't need to roll. You have
wonderful.
seen this key before.
Fantastic.
Allah has just delivered to you the key to the vault.
Great. I believe we have a stop to make before we go to see the center.
Are we even going to?
Did we take a rest? Did we take the rest?
Yeah.
I assume that you took a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool.
you-
Great.
You
Great.
got an hour of uninterrupted rest, but not like a full sleep. Short rest.
We'll take it. Thank
Wow,
you.
I got really
Yeah,
benevolent
that's fine.
here.
Yeah.
From the balcony, I'm like, what? Where are we going? I thought we were leaving.
Yeah. If this is a dangerous situation that we're in, I guess this kind of brings it back to Anissa's question: is this a leave now kind of
Yeah.
danger, or is this a we linger here and we meet with a sentinel and we stop someplace else too? Is it safe for us to make those stops, or do we need to get the hell out of here?
How far is the drop?
You guys are on the second floor, so like
Oh, that's
20 20
Not
feet.
bad.
Tie some sheets together. It's fine.
Yeah, we've short rested by now. We'll be fine.
I mean, I won't take any damage.
Okay, monk.
Yeah, but yeah, are we trying to go further into a death trap?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I say that maybe the unpopular opinion, but given everything that we are up against and given everything that this place houses, I would be of a mind to go to the vault.
Get resources before we go.
If we
I
were
mean,
going-
it's
Oh, go ahead, Lily.
it is primarily why I figured we should come here. I mean, given what we've seen and the mind control that's been around for as long as we've been traveling together, I assumed that this place would be infested with dragon spies. I just know that I won't pull my punches in my own home. And any Crimson Iris would easily, perhaps a bit too easily, give their life if it meant stopping this. So I think stopping by the vault is also a good idea to do first. I figured we do it before we see Danella, because if the Sentinel is one of the thralls, that is bad.
I sort of like look at Jay as I'm tying two sheets together.
One leg on the freaking rail, about to go over.
Looks at Kira.
It would be a shame if I got killed on this trip to the vault. I'm just saying.
Oh, by the-
That's
For Tom's sake,
real
okay,
low.
don't-
Low
That's
blow.
okay.
Throws the sheets on the ground.
Put both feet back on the ground.
I take a had been kind of shifting towards the window and just kind of settle back into the room.
Such faith.
I at least want eyes on the Sentinel to know what's going on, because this is the closest we're going to get to him. The minute we leave without giving militias, well, that makes us look suspicious.
And I have thought of the possibility that that is why she has cloistered herself within her office. If she thinks that the rest of the dormitories and people are sort of, who knows, you know? Perhaps she's hiding herself there because she can be certain to be safe there.
Or she's also a dragon and just going to kill us.
Yeah, that's the other option. Yeah.
I mean,
the whole
sure.
place is suspicious, but yeah, let's go. Let's go deeper in.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll get shiny toys first, then meet with the maybe dragon. Okay.
Just
Uh,
give Kira
first-
a bracing pat on the back.
I'll return that in kind. Yeah.
Everyone take a superior. We have 5. River's not going to take a superior.
What?
What?
River's got the healing magic.
So do I.
Well, she's got more.
All right.
If she goes down, someone else will need to use a healing potion on her. Otherwise, River's most likely going to use.
Well, you're taking a greater at least,
I'll
because we
take
have
the
those
greater.
two.
And we have one more
Okay.
greater left. So does anyone not have 2 healing potions?
I mean, if you're taking the graders instead of the superiors, you should probably hold both of them, since they're
Yeah.
weaker.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
This was not a request. I will put it in your bag if you don't take it.
She's like about to argue with you. Like, okay.
All right, follow me.
All right.
You
And I'll just walk with authority so that none of the younglings ask me questions toward the vault.
River is watching to see if we are being watched. Like, not in a curious way, but in a, like... She's a shady character. Like, if she's being watched, like, she's a shady character in a place that she's not welcome at.
I'm trying to do like a grown-ups with weapons head count.
Everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
Even those who very clearly are on the younger end of their training, like newbies, they all have daggers of some sort upon their person. River, roll me an investigation, perception, or insight check.
Yes.
That you're trying to get the general vibe of the place around you.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Thank you
target.
for that, because my persuasion investigation are not super great with my insight, however, 18.
It's not as frequently as you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice a couple people watching you. It could be the fact that you're traveling with the Lady Poltane. Like you are traveling with her, but then there's also like occasional glances that you feel have a malicious intent in them. But you look, your eyes meet for that bare second where you get that, and as soon as you look back, that person is back in whatever conversation they were.
I am logging those.
The vault is beneath the Danella's office. There is a stairwell from her office down there, but there is also, if you go all the way down to the basement, an entrance down there.
Gotcha. And as we were walking, I want to kind of go over my own personal inner Rolodex of anything that I can like immediately think to go for in this vault that would be particularly helpful in this situation. Because Liliana is kind of like, there's probably something in there, but I don't know exactly what.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just one magically sealed vault that has this magic, and then everything is categorized. Like, you've got your necklaces, you've got your armor, you've got your weapons, and things like that. Anything else before you go into the vault?
Not for me.
Wait, is my mage armor still up? Mage armor should still be up.
Yeah, it should still be up. It has not been 8 hours yet for your time. Okay. Well, we will go ahead and take our break a little early.
Oh boy,
Uh,
that's
and
doesn't
when we
bode
come
well.
back,
Oh, no.
we will pick up again in the vaults. For those who are watching us on Twitch, stick around. We will be right back. For those of us watching us on YouTube, we'll see you in a couple days. Thanks for joining us again. And let's see what we find in this here vault.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah.